Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube variety channel, Miss Linda C. Jones. And standing before you is the owner of one of our wonderful locally owned establishments in the greater metropolitan area of New Orleans known as Norjo's. This is Mr. Mark Superville, and I love doing interviews with entrepreneurs. So I'm going to hand it over to Mark for him to tell you about his business and how it got started and the history of it right here in the old Metairie area, greater metropolitan area of New Orleans, and also a really cool party that myself and Alyce will be performing at this Saturday, known as the Big Cheesy Christmas Party. So Mark, take it away.
All right, I'm going to take this off so you can hear me a little bit better.
Absolutely.
This is Norjo Imports, a store. It's an Italian import store that's been here for about 28 years. And we bought it about 4 years ago, and it was about to close. And in New Orleans, we're losing a lot of businesses that made New Orleans, and this certainly was one of them. It's these real community-based businesses that really have a lot of impact on not only just the local community around it, the local neighborhood around it, but on the city as a whole. And so every time we lose one of these old businesses, we have a bigger hole in the fabric of New Orleans. And so we wanted to keep this going, and took a little bit of a risk and a gamble, but the customers and the loyalty that they had to the place just came back to life, and we've been very, very fortunate ever since. So what we do is we try to bring in as many of the unique Italian and European imported products as we can, and have all the Italian wines, cheeses, and olive oils and everything else, and all the the specialty meats and everything as well. And so, for example, there's a couple things that we do. One of them is we actually do what's called cheese wheel pasta. And the cheese wheel pasta is we have a giant wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano. And if you go to our website, look at some of the videos, you'll see that. And that we take the Parmigiano Reggiano, cut the top off, cut a hole in it, put some pasta and all kinds of good stuff in there, get it all melted and cheesy, and have cheese wheel pasta. And we put some toppings on it, some different things. So we have a lot of fun with it. As a matter of fact, as we speak right now, we're doing it at a local brewery here in New Orleans called Zony Mash. And we do that every Wednesday over there. And then we do it here in the store every every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, this Saturday, December 19th from 3 to 7, we're going to have a cheesy Christmas party. Okay? We're going to cut open this log Barricchio provolone. It's Conte provolone. It's a very sharp provolone. This thing weighs about 112 pounds.
Oh, wow.
As you can see, we got it hanging from a steel beam up here. And so we're going to cut some of this off and do some sampling of this on Saturday at our cheesy Christmas party, along with our cheese wheel pasta and some other cheese sampling that we'll be doing. So we're going to try and get as cheesy as we can.
Absolutely.
We're going to have... we are going to have Santa here, but he's not going to be pictures with Santa since nobody wants to sit on Santa's lap. And quite honestly, I never wanted to sit on Santa's lap in the first place.
I understand. That's a whole other story.
That's a whole other story. And so he's going to come in, instead of taking pictures with him, he's going to photobomb the pictures. So
cool.
That's what we're going to do with that. And then we have a few other, we'll be doing some wine tastings as well. You know, we got to taste wine. How
Absolutely.
Do you know what it tastes like? You know, you can't buy it, taste unseen. So we're going to be tasting some wine,
absolutely,
tasting some cheese. We're going to have some great music from Miss Linda Jones.
Thank you. And Mrs. Alyce Coincon.
Miss Alyce Coincon. Now that is a cool name.
Very cool name.
And so it's going to be fun. I mean, it's just we're having people over. So since no one's having a Christmas party this year, all the offices and people that I talk to, none of the businesses are having Christmas parties. So we're saying, come to our Christmas party.
Amen.
So, that's right. So that's what we're going to be doing. So, but I appreciate you letting us talk a little bit about our store. And we're right at Metairie Road and the railroad track. So if are familiar with Metairie Road, everyone's familiar with that railroad track because that darn train comes through. And I'll tell you one little story if you got a second.
Absolutely.
Okay. So about the place, this lady came in one day and told me that her husband used to be the engineer on that train, and that he would call ahead when they were coming in from the east, and he would order a muffalata, stop the train, block traffic, come in and get his muffalata, go back, get on the train, and keep going. And so I didn't believe it.
Love it.
Until one day, the train stopped out front. Guy came in, got his muffalata, got back on the train, and the train took back off.
You're
so whenever
kidding.
You're in Old Metairie, and you're stuck behind that train, you got to wonder, is the engineer inside of Norjo's getting his muffalata for lunch?
Oh
So,
my God.
I'm
I
not
love
saying
it.
that every train that stops is getting a muffalata. I'm just saying that it happens.
I love it. I love it. So, Mark, quite often when I'm going over those train tracks to go sing,
Yeah.
by the grace of God, I've made it for my gigs in time.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
now I know that there's even more to the story, because while my heart is pitter-pattering to sing that first song before the downbeat,
Right.
someone's enjoying one of your muffaladas. It doesn't get any more New Orleans than that.
It does not.
It does not.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I think I had shared with you the other day, I mean, I love this establishment,
Yeah.
and I love the European flavor.
Sure.
And it really feels like in my neighborhood that I grew up in, I can just walk right here
Yeah.
and enter right into Italy.
And I think that it's that plus the fact that, and what I try to do and what we try to do here is combine that influence with the New Orleans influence.
Yes.
And that New Orleans influence is simply this. And there's no greater feeling in the world, and I can guarantee you that, to get this, to have this feeling that I'm about to tell you about is, I don't know where else you could get it in business. But people come in and tell me that this place reminds them of their grandparents' house.
Yes.
This reminds them of their grandma's, the smell of the place reminds them of their grandma's house. Or and people will stop and come to tears when they walk in. What other kind of business do I know of that will happen?
None.
And it's really a fascinating thing, and I think that we're very, very honored to be the stewards of this place that can provide that kind of experience to people.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love it. I'm very grateful that you are being the steward of this kind of place, because as you said so beautifully a little bit ago, this is what makes New Orleans New Orleans.
That's right.
I mean, it is family, it is friends, it is community, it is faith, it is tradition, and you are making that happen for so many here. So I can't thank you enough, and I also want to thank you. Again, Alyce and I, there will be so many things going on, as Mark said. Alyce and I will be performing from 5 to 7 at the Big Cheesy Christmas Party, and we are so excited about that. So Mark, anything else that you want to let people know about this wonderful establishment known as Norjo's that maybe some people don't know, other than the muffalata story?
Yeah, I think that, I guess one thing that they don't know or don't realize maybe, there's a lot actually there's probably a list of those stories to tell you the truth, because there's really a lot here to kind of explore. But I think the fact that it was, that the people, the customers, for the 4 years or 25 years before I came on board, is really what keeps it going.
Yes.
So when we talk about a community place, it's not like, well, we're just hoping everybody comes and enjoys themselves. It was brought back by the people, the customers of the store.
Yes.
And they're the ones that returned and kept it going. And so I think that people don't really make that connection to the actual customers and the loyalty that they had to whatever essence is floating around inside this place, and whatever spirit's floating around in here. But I think that's something they don't realize, that the people are actually the ones that came back.
Amen.
We just opened the door and they came back.
And they feel like it's family when they come here.
They do, and I think that we get a lot of repeat business because of that. Because I mean, let's face it, I do the same thing. I go to a place or any business that I'm going to be treated well. I feel like the people actually care, and you just get that warm fuzzy. I hate to say that cliche, but that's what it is.
That's what it is, and we need that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, but that's what we got.
That's what we have.
That's what we got.
Well, Mark, I can't thank you enough. I love Norjo's, and thank you for being family to all of us.
Yeah. Well, thank you for singing in the neighborhood.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Mark and I will share that story with you another time.
Right,
how
absolutely.
he discovered me singing in the neighborhood. Well, Mark, you're awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hand the camera around.
absolutely.
Oh, Mark, quick,
Yeah.
just quick little
Yeah.
promo for
Okay.
your deli here.
Okay.
Would you tell everybody a little bit about this? Because this is
Okay.
pretty amazing.
So these sandwiches are somewhat unique. Obviously,
Yes.
the muffalata you can get in New Orleans, but our muffalata has a lot of specialty products on it. We also have a Little Joe, which is actually a sandwich I discovered after I bought the place. I found a flyer stuck in a file cabinet in the back. And I was like, what is this? And I realized what it was. It was a great little sandwich. We put it back together. And it's our specialty artichoke salad with turkey and provolone on a little quarter muffalata bread. Really nice. And we came up with a few unique sandwiches like the Lindy. So the Lindy was a sandwich.
Lindy is my neighbor.
She is. And so I'll tell you the Lindy story. The Lindy is I wanted to have a pressed meatball sandwich. We have a meatball hoagie. With this meatball sandwich, we want to add a few things to, like some salami and things like that. And so we made this sandwich where we pressed pressed the meatball between two pieces of salami. It's incredible. And I left to go run to the bank or something. I came back and Lindy named the sandwich after herself.
I absolutely love it. Love it.
Story. The ultimate grilled cheese is really good. Our tuna salad and chicken salads are really good. And of course the paninis. We do the P3, which is prosciutto, pesto, and provolone. Of course, you got to have a caprese in an Italian deli. And the muffinino is really a panini muffalata, what it is.
Oh,
just
wow.
a smaller version of that. And then, of course, we have customers that come in and do make your own and make all sorts of crazy stuff, which we absolutely love doing.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I've had some of your sandwiches, absolutely delicious. I had the chicken salad.
Oh, yeah.
And on Sunday when I came to talk with you, I had the meatball. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So yes, and
the cheese wheel pasta is definitely something that you've got to watch and see. And if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see you'll see some videos of us doing that as well.
So that's basically one of those arts that's passed down through the generations. Would I be right about that?
The cheese wheel pasta actually dates back like to the Greeks. I mean, it goes way back. And I think that really the only reason why we see it going back 400 years is that's just only probably the earliest recorded, record of it. But I'm sure they've been doing it for a while because you've got these huge wheels of cheese, and just to kind of dig in the top like that and put things in it and mix. But anyway, they've been doing it for a long time. It's called della forma. Is the
della forma?
The term that the Greeks were using for, yeah. And so, so with us though, of course, being New Orleans, you've got to put more in there and mix it up real good. So
yeah, we have to in New Orleans.
They can't just do it the regular way.
No.
I can't.
Well, Mark, I thought it might be kind of cool to end this video. So everybody, when I met Mark the other day, officially met him, I learned that we both share a favorite movie called Moonstruck. And I'll share my favorite line, but I'm curious to know if Mark's favorite line is my favorite line. So Mark?
So, I have a meme
There's
for it.
so many.
I have a meme for it actually. And it's actually there are so many. There are actually very many, but I'd have to look it up. I can't remember how it went. But it's just when they're having coffee, there was something that something she says about the coffee. I can't remember how it went, but it was that scene when they're sitting around the table and he's got the hand,
Yes.
Yes. But that's
your favorite?
Yeah. I also like it when he's if you notice in that movie though, the bakery where he's baking underneath is an Italian deli or an Italian grocery store.
Yes.
And in the window they have all these panettones in the window. And so that little scene of that panettone in the window, because we have panettones in the windows over here.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see them over there. Of course, we got this big table of them right here.
Okay.
So they have that in the window, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, you want to know my favorite line, Mark?
Tell me.
A la familia. Nothing can replace the family, Loretta.
Yeah. That is very true. We might have to get that quote put on the wall here.
Yes.
Replace the family. Absolutely.
Mark, you're so awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody, thank you for liking and subscribing. Please come out to the Big Cheesy Christmas Party this Saturday, the 19th, from 3 to 7, right?
Cheesy, 3 to 7.
Cheesy, 3 to 7. And Christmas music by yours truly and Miss Linda C. Jones, me and Mrs. Alyce Coincon from 5 to 7. And Mark is going to take you to a taste of Italy. Bye, everybody.
You hug the provolone, you got to take a shower for 3 days.
Oh, really? I love it. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. God bless.